Yep.
Hello and welcome, Gold Boys Primetime Dinger Tuesday special edition, I guess, because that's what all the people want. Portman said something about dongs on Twitter. I don't know. So it should be a fun show. We got Jerry, the Ghost Fish. We've got NicLarson, the Strikeout Ladder King, and we have Portman for the first time this year. What's up, guys? How we doing?
I
Good,
want to
good,
hear
good.
Portman's voice. I didn't
Good.
hear it yet.
Haven't heard Portman's voice.
How's it going, Jerry? I'm good. I'm good.
Oh man, that mustache is getting longer, huh?
Me? Yeah, you like that?
What are you trying to be like Raleigh Fingers?
Maybe I don't know. See, and actually, I was thinking, obviously I'm a Yankees fan. This is good. This is a good segue. I think I might be the problem with the Yankees with the mustache, because last year the mustache was a big story around the Yankees. Like, Matt Carpenter really was the reason they were winning games early on. Other than Aaron Judge, he had the mustache. So I kept the mustache, one because it's hilarious. Also, two, MLB opening day. Celebrate the Yankees. And I actually, as I was kind of shaving, cleaning up a little bit for this show, I was like, maybe I should just get rid of the mustache. Maybe that's the problem with how bad the Yankees are. And I was like, no, this roster just sucks, and they can't score runs. There's nobody on it. They can hit the ball other than Aaron Judge. So, and he's hurt. But that's something I want to talk about first before we get into the games. Give everybody a couple minutes to join, even though the viewers are kind of up. That's pretty cool to see. See a couple people in chat, including our boss, NJC, said Dinger Tuesday, all caps. A couple people excited to see Portman here. I am as well. Somebody said they miss Nick, which I'm not sure where you've been because he's been here the whole time. But can I Photoshop a goat on Porty's face? I probably could do that. I'm not going to, but that's not a bad
They'll
idea.
do that. Yeah.
But what's that?
I said they'll do that.
It might be a good idea. Might be a good idea. Portman legend. Yeah, see, y'all don't trust Rizzo? No, man. What? Anyway, something I want to talk about first. It seems like, and my dog opened the door. You can see the masking tape. So we're getting ready to paint our dining room. Seems like there are some big name, big market, big money payroll teams that are struggling a little bit. Obviously the Yankees, Astros are off to a slow start. Phillies, Cardinals, you name it. It seems like there's a struggling bigger market, a bigger fan base team, per division. And then you have you got Portman's Pirates, the Buccos, absolutely on a tear. Look like they're going to win the whole damn thing. You've got the Rays, obviously, who are usually right there, pretty solid, but seems like one of the best teams of all time right now. Do you guys think is there rule changes? Are the rule changes having an impact on this? Is this just kind of still an early season kind of run, even though we've got a pretty big sample size at this point, or is this kind of just like a changing of the guard almost? Maybe these teams have been waiting and are really here now.
I don't know, but did you see the stat that a $100 unit better, if they bet the underdogs every game this season, they'd be down like $5,000 or something like that. The underdogs aren't winning so far this year, so there's not really many upsets. So I guess maybe the books have adjusted quick, and these big market teams are now underdogs often and still not winning. So that's just weird to me.
That is weird.
Yeah,
Nick?
maybe the White Sox have been favorites a lot.
That's true.
Pulling
They've
that
been
number
bad.
down.
They have
A
been
lot of
bad.
a lot of it comes down to there's some of the big name teams. I mean, Bryce Harper's been out for the Phillies.
Yeah.
Altuve's hurt for the Astros, and then some of these lower market teams. I mean, the Rays are a lower market team, but the starting pitching has been really good for them, and even for the Pirates. I mean, Contreras has been good. Velasquez has been good of late. So,
Yeah, Keller looks like he's finally figured it out.
right,
That has
and
looked good.
some of these big market teams. I mean, some of their free agent signs and stuff haven't worked out. So I'm sure they'll make moves if they can, if they have a chance at the deadline, and things might even out a little bit. But I don't think it's anything to do with any rule changes or anything like that. But we'll see
Yeah.
what happens.
Yeah, I think to some extent, I did hear the Pirates manager in Portman. You might have more info on this, saying like that since they aren't really built to hit a lot of home runs, like has been really necessary in the last few years in Major League Baseball to win games. That the rule changes have helped them. Getting on base and being able to steal a lot easier and things like that, just to produce runs a little bit more. That seems like it definitely matters, at least in the Pirates situation. The Rays have just been hitting the absolute piss out of the ball, and they've been pitching really well too. And how long does that keep up? I don't know. Yankees are bad. get your futures in to not make the playoffs. If I said that last week, and they look even worse between now and then. Completely lost my train of thought. I was going somewhere with that, and now we're just nowhere. Portman, what do you think about your Pirates, man?
Yeah, I mean we're running like crazy. It's fun. Like everyone's got a green light to go. There were and I do think I was thinking like like the rule changes. You know, you figured like with stolen bases, which is would be a lot. We'd see a lot more of them, which we have. But you know, like the shift rule for teams that aren't hitting a lot of home runs, it is easier to get a lot of balls in play or hits now. A lot more of them that maybe wouldn't have been before. So yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that.
What about the
And
confidence
the
level?
Pirates are fun too because it's like up and down. The lineup's pretty solid.
I love Andrew
Not a lot of
McCutcheon.
superstars, but not a lot of holes either. So yeah, it's fun.
Go ahead, Jerry.
What about like the confidence level of some of these hitters, these lefties,
Yeah,
especially these lefties?
that's
Like
something we
these
talked
guys,
about earlier, right? Yeah, go ahead.
these guys are coming up to the plate and they're like, they don't have to worry about this shift. It's got to be a mental like mind fuck to go up to the plate as a lefty. A lot of these guys are traditionally pull hitters, and to see four guys staring at you, like it's pretty insane. So now these guys have that comfort, and probably helps them a lot better, not thinking because they're thinking about that. Man, I really have to try to drive this ball the opposite field, and a lot of that leads to strikeouts. They're trying to force at the plate. Uh, these guys. That's why I wanted Michael Conforto back on the Mets so bad. I really think they dropped the ball with that one. He's gonna continue to have a good season. Uh, but yeah, stuff like that, little things like that. We're gonna see a lot of runs this season. We already are. I mean, I'm seeing more baseball parlays cash this early in the season than I saw all of last season. It was crazy the dry spell people were going in last season, and I think a lot of people forget how bad it was to bet on baseball last, especially offense.
It was
Obviously, you could
rough.
look for like little niche markets and stuff like that, but it was a rough time last year, and I feel like baseball's a lot more predictable right now.
Yeah, I agree. He's catching up on chat a little bit here. Somebody asked if Quan is ever going to join the show. We don't know. We talked a little bit, I think, last week or maybe the week before about how we think JD, he might be an AI. Quan also, there's a chance Quan is an AI. So in that case, it wouldn't be possible for him to join the show. We are trying. I message him maybe once a month saying, hey, you ready to start joining shows? And he's not there yet, but I think we'll get him there. He might have like a super high level security clearance or something, working out with the CIA. I don't know. Could be anything. Happy Bryce Harper Day. Yes, Bryce Harper. We're gonna get to this too. Making his debut for the season. One of the fastest comebacks from Tommy John surgery. Also, no rehab assignment, no spring training, no anything. So I think a lot of people are probably rushing to the books to bet on him to hit a home run. And he hasn't hit a baseball since prior to his surgery. So just a little bit of caution there. Let's see some at bats before we do anything crazy. There is my take. One last thing. I know everybody's here to hear our dinger picks, except for Nick, obviously, because he doesn't do that. I wanted to get your thoughts. I've had this in my notes to bring up the last like 2 or 3 shows. I haven't gotten there yet. These home run celebrations. I'm specifically talking about in the dugout, I think, but just in general, we're seeing more and more celebrations. I think as a whole, I think it's good for baseball. It's more fun. Sports are supposed to be fun, so I love. I love. Oh my God, the Jazz Chisholm. He does the Euro step. I love the Tatis, how he does that little stutter step, and then all of that. I love that kind of stuff. But what are you guys' take specifically on these dugout celebrations? Like the Blue Jays have had this jacket they wear. There's a like a battle axe. Your Brewers, Nick, have that cheese head. What are you guys' thoughts on that and just kind of that as a whole?
They're having fun, man. It's so good to see. We see it in football. We see it especially like college football. You have the turnover chain or stupid little things like that. But these guys are having a blast, and it keeps them loose. And it also helps when you don't have when you have a pitch clock and everything like that. You're in the game. You're very loose. Like there's no other way to say it. It's just constant flow. That's why you're seeing momentum shifts. You're seeing the teams go on runs. There's no real break in the action. These guys are just they're playing real free, and I think Tony La Russa probably wants to jump off a building.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Anything that makes Tony La Russa mad is a good thing.
How does that guy have a job, by the way? I just don't understand it.
I don't know.
I don't know what he has to do at this point. But I
Nick,
feel bad
you've
for
been
like
in that
two man
clubhouse
who's
before. Any thoughts?
I mean,
Whatever.
yeah, whatever. They're gonna do whatever they want to do anyway, so just let them do it.
That's true. My take just real quick, and we're gonna talk about some bets here. I like I said, I love the I love the Jazz Chisholm, the Euro step. I love the Tatis. You know, even Anthony Rizzo, Gleyber Torres. Even though it doesn't happen anymore because they don't really hit home runs. You know, they have this little dance they do in the dugout. I love all that. The second you introduce a prop, I'm annoyed. I don't know why. Like I hate the Blue Jays jacket. You know, a couple years ago they were down like 10 runs, and I think Alejandro Kirk hit like a solo shot to make it like 10-1, and you know they still did the whole jacket thing. I'm just like I don't know. The second you bring out a prop, I kind of start to cringe a little bit. I don't know why, but maybe I'm just an old man, I guess. You guys will hear about some bets. We have a couple of games in the 6:30 or 6:40, something like that window. Anybody want to kind of start just like round robin? We got the Pirates, Rays, Braves, Marlins, Mets, Tigers, all starting before 7 p.m. You guys got anything on any of those games?
Well, I am betting against my Mets. I'm
Okay.
betting on a guy on a terrible baseball team, the Detroit Tigers, a guy who hasn't hit a home run all season, a guy who used to be on the Mets, and Javi Baez. I
I
think
did see
Javi
that.
Baez is going to blast one today. His first home run of the season. I mean, he's going against Joey Lucchesi. Lucchesi looked pretty good, but maybe a little bit of luck with him because his the hard hit rate is up by 4%, and that's a big margin when you're talking percentages as far as hard hit rate. And Javi is struggling against the fastball, and it's that big swing. I think we talked about it last week. I think it's that big swing. He doesn't have that power, the bat speed that he had when he was in Chicago, and he still has this big, gigantic swing. So the fastball's killing him. He's getting behind in counts. Then you throw him junk, and he's gonna swing at anything with two strikes on him. But Joey Lucchesi only throws 90 miles an hour. He's not gonna blow anything past Javi Baez. Uh, and I actually put this bet in this morning, and then later on in the day, I see his numbers, and he's 5 for 7 with 2 home runs versus Lucchesi. So that's something I really don't put too much stock in when it's under like 10 at bats. But 5 for 7 with 2 home runs, that's pretty cool to see when you already have the bet in. So I think he's gonna blast one, especially the whole narrative, the thumbs down. He's playing the Mets for the first time since then. We ran him out of town, basically. I mean, he didn't have a good experience as a Met. So I think he's gonna blast one today.
I don't hate that. I don't hate that. That's a guy we you know we've made fun of him, especially Brian likes to talk about his chase rate, chase percentage. He's still a talented dude. You know, I think you talked about the weight room potentially an issue. How can you swing like that when you know you're maybe not as strong as you were a couple years ago? I don't know. NJC talking about just betting on the Tigers is a bad idea. That's our boss. NJC's also telling me that Jerry has an echo. Is it just on the NJC side? He sounds great on my end. Anybody else in chat hearing that from Jerry's mic? I don't know. Let me know. Also, in the YouTube chat, I missed this. Portman, apparently you kind of look like Luke Wilson or the other Wilson brother. I could see that maybe.
Who's the other Wilson brother?
Yeah, Owen
Owen
Wilson potentially, who he's talking about there.
Okay. I
I don't
don't know
know.
how to feel about that. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else on these games? I don't know where Jerry's echoes come from. I have no idea. So,
Wait, so everybody hears me echoing?
except me. Everyone except me. So here's what we're gonna try real quick. Give me 1 second. We're gonna do this.
What if I change my audio to mono? How about now?
Not bad. Oh, I hear an echo of myself now. So we're gonna try
I
that.
changed it to mono.
That sounds a little bit better. Kanye West Lover 365 said he's not echoing. So I don't know. We'll see. I think you know if there is an echo, maybe it's nothing crazy. Could go either way. Nothing else on these games. Nothing on your Buccos, Porty.
I
Oh,
got
yeah, no, sure. Go ahead, Jerry.
I got one more for the Braves Marlins game, and it's not someone that you would think. It's probably the last person on your mind.
Okay.
And of course, Alcantara's going for the Marlins, which was a scary thing last year, not so much this year. I'm going with Michael Harris to hit his first home run of the season. I'm not even going to say he's due. But I think that he's gonna take Alcantara deep because it's just I had all the stats and now you distracted me and now I'm thinking about the Echo. I don't know. I had a whole reason for this. Literally had a whole speech ready why Michael
Sounded
Harris is
good.
gonna go yard, and I forgot it. I forgot it. So you're gonna have to go back to me. But he's gonna hit a home run today.
Okay, don't hate it.
I've got the old system play Arise not to strike out, and I had to pair it with the Astros money line because Arise to not strike out by itself is minus 350. So it's going kind of crazy. He's only struck out 5 times this year, and he's faced Elder. I don't think he'll have a problem with him. The only problem would be that bullpen at the end.
Yeah, in that game, kind of chalky, but I'm going for the promo. Give me Jazz today.
I've been
He's
looking
hitting
at
the crap out of
Jazz.
the ball.
Yeah, he has
And
been destroying. He has been absolutely destroying the baseball. While I'm talking, I'm trying to multitask. We're gonna switch. We're gonna do a little bit of a shake up here on the audio side, so nobody can hear anybody except for me right now, and that's fine because nobody really actually cares what you guys think. Now we should be good. So we're gonna give this a shot. Portman, you might have to try to turn your mic up a little bit, just kind of producing on the fly here. We'll see. We'll see if that helps it any. I hear other people. Toby, you might want to get that checked out.
All right, so I kind of remember a little bit.
All right.
So, Michael Harris hits the sinker well. Alcantara throws the sinker plenty. I would say it's his primary, maybe his primary pitch. It's close. Also, he's given up 3 home runs on that pitch this season. He gave up 4 home runs on the sinker all of last season. So something's off with that pitch.
It's not sinking.
It's not. Yeah, he's losing break. Oh, actually, across the board in all his pitches, he lost at least 1 inch of break. The RPM is still the same. The velocity's still there. He just doesn't. In baseball pitches, you lose a feel sometimes for the baseball or your pitches. You know that's why these guys go into these funks. He's gonna break out. He's gonna correct himself. I'm hoping it's not this game, just for my sake. But the value is just too good right now. He's priced, I think, plus 800 for his first home run. This is a guy who hit 19 home runs last season. Doesn't have any home runs this season. So, yeah, you know what? He is due, and I'm going to bet him.
I like it, actually. I like it. I also like it. It looks like the audio is fixed, so I don't know what was going on there, but we're back. Sink or not sinking. Sinkers are supposed to sink. There's a lot of laughing going on. I don't know. Oh, that's Tone. Yeah, appreciate the sub, JZeg. Thank you for that. Oh, Jazz, back to Porty's pick. I love the Jazz Chisholm pick. I was super distracted. He's been hitting the absolute hell of the ball. Doesn't really have any home runs to show for it. I like that. Michael Harris was a guy I liked to bet on his bases a lot last year. So yeah, I'm with you on that one also. Nothing else on these. The kind of the 6 o'clock slate. We got a big 7-ish o'clock slate as well. If you guys are ready to move on.
Yeah, I mean the only thing with the Pirates game is the Rays are doing that thing where they have the opener. And then what is it? Fleming going after that is what I think.
Okay. Yeah, they've been doing that.
Yeah. So you got the opener, Guerra. He's a righty.
He stinks.
If Sawinski gets to face him, he's hitting 5th. So a couple guys are gonna have to get on. I like live betting that plate appearance maybe for a bomb. Because I don't really like taking Sawinski before the game with the lefty coming in after. And then kind of same thing with Rodolfo Castro later in the game against Fleming. I could see either of them going deep. They both have good odds too, so I'm guessing that live plate appearance, pretty great odds on that. But Sawinski's pretty locked in right now.
He is.
So I could totally see him ripping one deep.
Me and Jerry have been talking about him a lot on this show as well. Michael Harris apparently is plus 925 on Bet365. And you know what? I have something to say. If you are lucky enough to be in a state that has Bet365, you don't have to tell us that the odds are better every damn time we post a play. Every time we post a home run line or something, I don't need a response on Twitter saying the line's better on Bet365. I know. It always is. It always is. There's nothing I can do about it. I can't use the app. So it's starting up. I'm not actually coming after you, man. But thank you. If you do have Bet365, you like that Harris play, He's plus 925 on Bet365, and that's also a good segue that I got so distracted with everything else that I forgot to thank our sponsor, Pickett Sports, where you could have found that line super easily. Pickett Sports, the only, in my opinion, if you're gonna have one app, one tool to help you make some bets. True, this is my honest opinion, because I use it every day. Like it would be if I had to get rid of everything else that I use to make bets, I would take I would keep Pickett Sports because there's so many. Me and Nick were talking about this before the show started. There's so many games every single day, and there's so many. There's 18 starting offensive players per game. We got 15 games today. It is not possible to do anything else and shop lines and find the best lines. And if you're not shopping lines and just taking whatever line you see on FanDuel, you're doing it wrong and you're throwing money away. So download Pickett Sports. Use code GoldBoys. Use code NicLarson GB. Use code probably Portman or something like that. You get either $3 or $100 for free. And yeah, we can move along, and I will go ahead and give out my first dinger play because it is in the 7 o'clock window. Yeah, we'll go with Cody Bellinger first. I bet on him yesterday. This is actually the first time I think this season I've bet on a guy to hit a home run 2 days in a row. But I've really been getting burned by that, watching the guy, hit 300 or 400 plus mile an hour fly balls that don't quite leave the day I bet on him. Then very next night, like the first pitch, they just crank one.
Jerry, take note. He's gonna hit one tomorrow. Just write that down.
Probably. Jerry, I feel like you could easily jinx this for me because you just have that power over my picks for some reason. So if you could not do that, I would appreciate it. Cody Bellinger, he's one of the hottest hitters in baseball right now. Since 420, I think he missed a couple games with something, but he came back at 428. He got 2 home runs since. What? Go ahead.
Oh, he had a kid.
Oh, good for him. Good for him. Congrats on the sex, as Jerry would say. 4 out of the 6 last baseballs he said have been over 98 miles an hour. 3 out of the last 6 has been 100 miles per hour more of exit velocity, and 3 of those 4 have been fly balls. So it's not like he's just hitting the ball straight into the dirt at 120 and it doesn't matter. And the 4th one was a line drive. Williams is a guy that he has one of the craziest righty lefty splits I've ever seen. Like I don't have it in front of me anymore, but he's pretty solid against righties, but he just cannot get lefties out. It's been it was that way last year. It's been that way this year so far too. And also we've got the wind blowing in that park 10 miles an hour from left to right. So for a righty or ball to center field, left field, it's not really going to help much, but could for ball pulled down to pulled to right field, could give it a little bit of a boost, just help it get that extra push, I guess. Any thoughts on Bellinger or this game in general?
Yeah, I'm all in on Bellinger too.
Let's go, dude.
That's another guy that maybe the shift rules are helping because he kind of starting to look like MVP Bellinger again. It's fun to see.
We lost him. I'm just very curious what can possibly be the emergency that he had to get up. That better have been an emergency.
Oh, somebody called me Harry Potter's pedo cousin with the glasses change in chat. So that was Sam. I should have. I'm about to ban him.
Oh, that's
sorry.
fantastic.
Did I distract you guys?
Yeah, you got up like it was an emergency. I thought someone was fucking getting murdered.
Well, somebody was talking. I thought you were just gonna keep talking. So, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I am gonna pick a guy on the opposite team.
Okay.
A guy who doesn't hit many home runs. I'm like having a theme today, like with guys who just don't hit home runs this season that are gonna apparently miraculously hit a home run and make me look like a genius, right?
Good strategy.
I'm going with a former Met again. Surprise, surprise. I swear, this is not on purpose. This is not biased by any means. I'm going with Dom Smith. He is hitting a lot better lately. He just hit a double last game. He actually got the monkey off his back and finally hit his first home run of the season 2 games ago. Big confidence booster for him. He's hitting the ball hard. Wisniewski has given up a home run, I think, every start. I think one start he didn't give up a home run. Righty-lefty splits aren't great for him. He's given up some power to lefties. I think Dom gets a hold of ones here at great odds. I mean, it's Dinger Tuesday. So Dinger Tuesday, if you like a guy, it's kind of a long shot, this is the day to do it, right? You're putting $25 on the guy. If not, if there's 5 home runs or whatever, you get your money back. So I'm going with the long shot with Dom Smith. think he's plus 680 or something like that.
I do like that play. I do like that play. I've been struggling to find anybody on that Nationals roster to really want to target for a home run. But Wisniewski is a guy that I've been trying to fade at least with one guy every time he started. He has one start without allowing a home run. That was on 417. For some reason, I don't have in front of me who that was actually against. Oh, that was against Oakland. So that kind of makes sense because they don't really hit the ball that hard. But yeah, I love that. Dom Smith, he's been trending upward, is what I'll say in the metrics I look at. What's your guys' code for Pickett in chat? GoldBoys is the main one. Nick and Portman also have their own. So somebody asked anybody have? Are we going to talk about any NBA plays on the stream? We might if we have time. But it's Dinger Tuesday, and that's kind of what we like right now. Sorry, I just jumped in and talked over you guys. You guys have any thoughts on whoever the hell Jerry just bet on? Because I forgot Dom Smith.
No, sounds good.
Sounds
I
good.
trust him.
40's in. Nick,
I'm
nothing
in
yet?
on
No.
Bellinger too. That's my guy.
Hey, you know what's coming, Eli. It's coming soon.
Yeah.
Nick is like drooling at the mouth. He wants to talk about
Let's do it.
strikeouts.
Go ahead. Who are you betting on, Nick? Why is it against the Yankees?
You know why it's against the Yankees, but Tanner Beebe against the Yankees. I took his ladder. Once again, these lines get all messed up because when he opened, it was like 4.5, close to even money. Now it's 5.5, like plus 120. I'd still take it at that. Eli can attest to how good the Yankees are playing right now. This is his second start. His first start against the Rockies, he had 8 strikeouts. He throws like 98. So if he can go five innings, I think he can get 6 or 7 against this Yankees team.
I'm not going to give out my response first. You guys got to go first this time.
Eli, you should know who's a good fastball hitter on the Yankees. Like, if you have to think of like,
there's not a good hitter on the Yankees right now, Jerry. None of them are good. Rizzo,
it really
I
is
guess.
bad.
It's really not good. If you're trying to fade him to some extent, I think Oswaldo Cabrera is going to have a week in the near future where he has 2 or 3 home runs. I've really been keeping an eye on him. His swing's starting to look a little bit better, and that exit velo is starting to creep up. He's got the short porch. There is some wind in New York, I think, tonight. So outside of maybe Rizzo,
Bader.
those are the Bader. Bader's tough because we
He's hitting
saw.
well.
This isn't supposed to be a Yankee show. So just real quick, we saw Bader come back from the injured list in the playoffs last year, and everybody kind of thought he would start out slow. He's never really been an offensive threat, kind of just below league average, and all of a sudden he hits like 17 home runs, and is really the only reason the playoffs were interesting at all for the Yankees last year. So I'm off the bat, I'm kind of thinking Bader's going to get off to a slow start and eventually get back to that league average range. But who knows? What he did last year in the playoffs could be. But I don't know. I would not bet on a single Yankee to hit home run right now, unless I see Oswaldo Cabrera hit one out first, and then I think he's going to go on a little bit of a run.
It's tough. I mean, I don't know if you guys watched it was Texas, right? Their last like 2 series ago.
Yep.
Eovaldi was throwing 97 to 99, and they didn't touch anything, literally nothing. So hopefully it's the same type of thing, but we'll see. He's young, second start only, so.
It should be. Portman, anything on this one?
On the Yankees game.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on how bad
Someone's
Nick's play
going
is?
to take Cole deep.
He hasn't given up a
anyone
home
in
run
this
yet,
game,
has
but-
he? I don't think he has.
He's super due then.
Yeah, this is if you don't know, Garrett Cole led I think Major League Baseball in total in home runs allowed last year and has not given one up. He's looked like his stuff has looked really good. So, I don't think it's like he's gotten unlucky. He's been that good. He's been a Cy Young candidate early, but yeah, he's not gonna go the whole year without giving up home run. So,
Zunino is going to hit one any day now.
yeah, me and you have been talking about Zunino a little bit in Twitter DMs, Porty. Yeah, he's. I don't know. I always kind of want to go with Naylor against Cole just because I feel like that narrative is going to come through, but I just think Naylor's a coward, honestly. And actually I like this Guardians team. I do like them. Can we throw Portman parlays up again? NJC, we have not shown them yet. You have one on the Twins game, so we guys that's a 7 o'clock game. Let's go to that one next, and I'm gonna full turn it over to Portman here, I think, and yeah, talk about. I'm on one of these guys as well, but we got on this one, Portman.
Yeah. So, um, this is the Twins and the Angels are probably my two favorite teams today for homers. But this one we got the wind blown out. We got Kopech on the mound. He's been getting hit real hard, and we got three guys that hit the ball hard. And Buxton's red hot. I think he was what hit four homers in the last week or so. Um, Gallo's been crushing the ball too, and Polanco just made his debut a few days ago, and he's done nothing but hit the ball hard. He's got a home run already. He's been getting extra base hits left and right. So plus 8,000 for this. I love it. I think the Twins could, as a team, hit three, four, five home runs tonight. So I'm going with these three. I like Miranda too. I could see him going yard. So yeah, basically it's a Kopech fade. I like the weather, and these guys are hitting the ball well.
Yeah, I like it. And I'm actually I'm on Buxton as well. Like you're saying, Kopech has just not been good. He just hasn't been. The people are destroying the baseball against him, and I hate that. I feel like I'm the only one kind of diving in and giving full response analysis. So if I'm talking over you guys anytime, just tell me shut up, okay? But I'm on Buxton as well. This guy has been absolutely on fire. This is a guy that's if he ever can play a full season, he's always going to be in the MVP discussion. He's that good of a ball player. Last 7 days he has 4 home runs and 3 of them against righties. So I'm not really concerned about that matchup. Averaging an 89 miles an hour exit velocity. Has hit 8 balls 100 miles per hour or more, which is kind of bananas. There's also an 18 mile an hour wind blowing out. Last time I looked. And yeah, Kopech has given up almost 3 home runs per 9 innings and a 35% hard hit rate to righties. So I'm on Buxton. The odds are kind of trash, and you can check the Pickett Sports app. I think he's like plus 240, plus 250, which is kind of crazy. But I also have written down Joey Gallo, Polanco, and also Miranda, sneaky option there. If you don't want to kind of lay the juice with Byron Buxton there.
Very good analysis, my friend. My little mustached friend.
Nothing. All right, fine, whatever. Listen. You guys know I'll talk about stats and numbers, till I'm blue in the face. So okay, nothing else on this Twins game.
I think you covered it. Buxton. Buxton or bust for me.
Buxton or bust. Joey Gallo, never a bad bet right now with the righty on the mound either. Blue Jays, Red Sox. You guys have anything on this one? I do, but I'll pass to you guys first.
Holy shit! Will George Springer ever hit a dinger again? It's insane. His odds. I've never seen his odds like this. I think his odds are in the 700s or something like that. They were this morning anyway. I don't know if they dropped, but holy shit! This was a guy that was a 30 home run guy. He can't hit a home run to save his life right now. There's literally no reason to bet on this guy besides the fact that he's due. There's zero reason to do it, but I'm gonna do it because he's due.
Former Met,
former Met for like maybe 4 hours or something like that. It's like, yeah. So I mean, I feel like this is if you're doing like the due. I don't have any real intelligence to offer this game. I'll be honest with you, but it feels like a good day for Springer and Vladdy to both go deep. They both haven't hit one in a little while.
I don't mind that.
No analysis whatsoever.
I don't mind that. I think that this was when you were on your deathbed or something, Jerry, and we had that idiot prospector Sam in here. I was talking about how the baseball gods just hated George Springer because he like the number of balls that he was hitting like 105 miles an hour and plus, and they were all outs. They weren't even like doubles or singles or anything. They were flyouts, lineouts. Was wild. I don't know if it was like a 3 or 4 day span, if that kind of discouraged them a little bit or what, but it has started to drop a little bit. But you're right. This is a guy that he still very well could end up with 30 home runs this year. I don't think he's hit one yet this season, so that's not a bad play. Vladdy, never a bad play. I haven't locked this in yet. I want to get your guys' thoughts on it, and maybe we could build a parlay with these because people love parlays, and I like your two plays and the one that I'm about to give. Masataka Yoshida, his 2 total bases has been absolutely printing money. It's hit in 10 of the last 11 days, and it's still plus 140 on DraftKings, BetMGM, and Bet Rivers right now, or any of the Canby books, I think. And you can find those lines on the Pickett Sports app. Use code GoldBoys. I think that we're getting this line, we're getting these odds at this much plus money. I don't know if it's still there because of Kikuchi on the mound, but and Kikuchi's numbers this year against lefties have been pretty good. But you look at the teams that he's had starts against, and it doesn't look quite as good to me. Like his last start was against the White Sox, who've been struggling in general. Before that was against the Yankees, who we've talked about how bad they are. He did have his one kind of standout start to me was against the Rays on April 15th, where he went 6 innings, 9 strikeouts, 1 walk, and only allowed 1 extra base hit and 1 run. So that's kind of the standout one, and they do have some lefties in there that can hit. He gave up.
He was super good spring training too. Like
Yeah.
he was lights out in spring training.
Yeah. The Angels shelled him. He only made it 4 1/3. He gave up 3 extra base hits, 6 runs. I think there was a home run in there too. And then he pitched pretty well against the Royals. So you look at the teams he's pitched well against: the White Sox, the Yankees, the Rays, and the Royals. Really, the only one you can chalk that up to a good start to me is the Rays. And his contact, he's been good against lefties in terms of like slugging numbers and power numbers. But lefties are actually hitting 273 against him, and righties only hitting 236. He's only allowed 1 extra base hit to a lefty, which kind of scares you a little bit, and 5 to righties. But again, I think a lot of that is attributed to he hasn't faced that many good left-handed hitters.
He can't strike out the lefties either.
Yeah, and that's another thing.
Only 1 strikeout versus lefties, 27 versus righties. I mean, you can't get him out.
Yeah. So I don't know. I think I am gonna end up playing. I think I'm gonna end up playing Yoshida. His 2 total bases. It was plus 140 around like 4 o'clock today. So it could be close to that. That was on DraftKings. But what if we did something like? I know you like Springer and Vladdy home run, but what if we took both of them for 2 bases and we took Yoshida for 2 bases? That's plus 729 on FanDuel right now.
What if we do my little run RBI and then add the 2 bases?
Okay.
Run for Springer, RBI for Vladdy,
Okay.
and then the 2 bases for Yoshida.
Okay, talk about that a little bit while I find all that and put it into FanDuel, and then
So I'm going to talk about this for a little bit because we need a distraction. So here's the thing. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to take George Springer to get on base, hopefully. He has 3 hits last game, so he's looking hopeful. He's looking like he's getting his bat back. So if he's on base, we're going to go with a guy named Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Don't know if you ever heard of him. All he has to do is hit the ball well, and hopefully put the ball in play. And what's going to happen is George Springer is going to run from either first, second, or third, depending on what he does, hopefully score, and that's going to be an RBI and a run.
I like it. And those odds are plus 614 on FanDuel right now. Somebody's asking about Alex Verdugo. For a hit, Yoshi and Verdugo, 1 hit each is minus 115. I can't bet on Alex Verdugo anymore. He's a terrible person. Not even a Red Sox thing. Don't want to get into it. I don't like him. Can't bet on him. I can't root for him. Like if I bet on him once this year, and I was just still hoping I lost my money because I think he's that bad of a person. So I don't know. I can't do it. But yeah, that's 614. You could throw in maybe like a Yoshida RBI or Yoshida run if you're too degen and plus 614 isn't enough for you. You could also take maybe I don't know. We're talking about how the lefties for average against Kikuchi is kind of the play. So I'm kind of alluding to it's going to take 2 singles for Yoshida there, and that takes it up to plus 934 if you take 2 hits instead of 2 bases for Yoshida. So something to think about there. I'll put something like that in. Minwoo. I'm sorry. I butchered that. Yoshida is still 140 on DraftKings. Thank you. But yeah, I like that. So I'm on total bases for Yoshida. But something like a Springer run, a Vladdy RBI, and a Yoshida for 2 hits or 2 bases, however you want to play that, for either plus 600 plus 900. What's that?
What is it if you throw in a Bichette 2 bases?
He's been, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
He's just
Let's. I'm
locked
gonna
in.
put
He's like
Yoshida
three
back
for
to
six
2.
against
Go ahead. Sorry.
Tanner too.
All you, Porty.
Oh yeah, I was just saying I think he's 3 for 6 against Tanner, and yeah, I mean he's just hitting the ball to all fields hard. It's great. It's great to see.
I think
What
there
do
is
you say?
some wind in Boston too. And I think actually Boston, Fenway is leading all Major League ballparks in home runs as a stadium so far this year. So that's another point for Jerry's plays there. But so if we back Yoshida down to 2 bases, add Bichette 2 bases, and then have the run in the RBI for Springer and Guerrero, that gives you plus 900 as well. So if you don't like the 2 hits, you think Yoshida gets there with a double or an extra base hit, you can play it that way. I really like all of those options. Busting on a stack, I'm on Bibby like white rice already. Like white on rice already. Okay. Go Leafs, go. I think that might be Toronto or the Blue Jays? Okay. I don't know. All right. Next game or anything else on this one?
Nope.
All right. Let's see. That covers the early 7 o'clock games. We got the Orioles, Royals. I don't have anything on that. You guys can jump in if you do. Angels, Cardinals. The other two 7 o'clock, 7:40 games. Anything on those two?
Yeah, I was saying that my other team I like a lot is the Angels.
I'm with you.
Um, so they're giving Otani the day off.
Damn it! That's why those odds were so good. Go ahead.
They wanted to hold your money, yeah. So Steven Matz on the mound, getting hit pretty hard. I love Brandon Drury today. Love Hunter Renfroe and love Trouty. On DraftKings, put all three of them to hit a home run. I think it was plus 11,000 odds or something close to that. But took Drury's got great odds for Dinger Tuesday. I think he was plus 520 earlier. I like this same play if you do it with bases, if you want to go a little safer, but they should all be. Matz is really bad against right-handed hitters, so all these guys are hitting the ball well too. So like this, and then on the other side too, I mean Goldie and Contreras going against a lefty, they're both hitting the crap out of the ball like them. So I think this game will be fun.
Yeah, I like that as well, and especially if you're looking for Dinger Tuesday specific plays, I do see quite a few home runs in this one. I was on Otani though, so if he's getting a day off, I already have money on him, so he's probably gonna pitch it in the ninth, strikeout, whatever, and that's gonna be the end of my money. So I just saw plus 600 or something for Shohei Otani. I knew something was up. I messaged Jerry about it. I tweeted about it too. I was like, something's up here. They know something we don't, but yeah, that's what I also have Drury written down, so I like that one as well.
Yeah, I had Drury too. Guy's a lefty killer last year. He's coming into his own now, and Steven Matz just absolutely stinks.
All right. Nick, anything on this game?
Nothing.
Okay.
Steven Matz, K ladder.
No.
Steven
Maybe revert under.
Let's see. Apparently, I missed some questions in chat for Nick. I don't know why anybody would want his analysis. I don't see him. Talked about Yoshida. Been bearing the ball, just sucks against lefties. That was in regards to Springer. Nick, do you like Hunter Brown? We might as well go to that game. Hunter Brown over 5.5 strikeouts at minus 131.
He's 5.5. He was like.
I will check that using the Piggott Sports app. Use code GoldBoys for you. But I think I asked you about him last week, I think, and you said there's a guy you like to target, right?
Yeah, he's 6.5 right now on FanDuel, even money. I really like him in this game against the Giants, especially with what happened last night with Garcia getting hurt after, 8 pitches?
That's a good point, yeah.
So they had to use their long guy for sure, and then a couple other guys out of the pen. So they're going to need hopefully 6 innings, I would think, out of Brown. And the Giants are top 3 in strikeouts. So I really like this spot for him for sure.
So you can get 5.5. You say you had 6.5. You can get 5.5 on Caesars. Caesars for minus 131. Go ahead. Minus 130.
I don't mind that. I mean, I would play. I think he could get 7 to 9 probably.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like
He
him for
looks
sure.
good, man. I don't know how old he is, but his stuff looks really good. He's got
He's
strikeout
young.
stuffs. Cody Bellinger RBI. Me and Portman are both on him to hit a dinger. So yeah, we like the RBI too as well. Um, what about the other K ladder you did, Nick? Is that something we haven't gotten to yet game wise? Somebody asked. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's one of the late games.
Okay. Somebody else asked about Mason Miller tonight. I don't know what these guys are doing on Dinger Tuesday, asking about strikeout
That
prop,
would
but I don't know.
be the late game.
Okay. All
We'll
right.
get to it.
We'll get there. Patience, chat, is what Nick's trying to tell you. Okay, yeah, like I said, I was gonna be on Otani. Somebody asked about Mountcastle. Oh wait, no, I do have a play in this game. I completely forgot who Jorge Mateo plays for. Somebody asked about Mountcastle. I don't mind it. I like Jorge Mateo even more. Even not necessarily just an odds play. I think to me there's a better chance of Mateo hitting a home run tonight than Mountcastle. I think I got him at plus 800, plus 700 this morning or something. The last 5 baseballs he has hit against a left-handed pitcher. It was a 99.4 miles per hour exit velocity, 341-foot flyout. So 3 of these, sorry. 3 of the last 5. There was a 100.4 miles per hour flyout that went 376 feet, and there was a 106.1 mile per hour, 396-foot homer. Yarborough kind of stinks. He's not been a great home run target, but he's been giving up a lot of runs. So I feel like, even if you don't like that matchup, Mateo sees him once, maybe twice, maximum 3 times in there in the bullpen, because I don't think he's going to make it, past the 5th inning at all, maybe not even to the 5th inning. And I'm just riding the hot bat here for the odds. Mountcastle a week or 2 ago was jumping out at me exit velocity wise. He hasn't been as much recently. And Mateo just kind of jumped out at the page on me tonight. So yeah, I'm on Jorge Mateo basically to win a unit. I think I got him like plus 800 this morning. He's scrolling around on our new fancy ticker along the bottom for the FanDuel odds. This is one that I didn't take on FanDuel for Dinger Tuesday. Just a quick note because like I'm betting $100 units, basically everything to win $100. So I think I ended up putting like $15 for this. So it wasn't worth it to me to put an extra $10 on this bet in a game where there may or may not be several home runs. But so that's why I played. I think on Bet Rivers or Canby Books was the best line. But yeah, you guys like Mateo or no? He's a good baseball player.
Like that's fun. He's been hitting the ball hard this year.
He has.
I was reading something where the Orioles were talking about that.
Ooh, completely lost you there, Porty. Don't have your. Can you?
Oh, nothing.
There you go.
Just saying, Mateo's been hitting the crap out of the ball.
Yeah, like it.
Against lefties, and like they're moving him up in the lineup too. So they know what he's doing. So, yeah,
Cutting out again. I don't know if it's on my side or yours. Does that happen for you guys too, Nick, Jerry?
Yeah.
Okay. So somebody asked, do we like Edward Olivares for a home run tonight? I'll be honest, I don't even know who he plays for. Royals? That's why. No idea. You guys have any thoughts on Edward Olivares?
What happens when you're a stat nerd and stare at stats all day?
All right. I talked to a robot all morning this morning, so it's a little bit different from stats. I do watch a lot of baseball, though, Jerry. It's kind of
Do you? I feel like you just scroll your computer all day and just look, oh, exit velocity. Oh, wow, look at this guy. Like,
no.
No?
No, there's more to it than that. There's more to it than that. It has to be. Or it'd be easy. I don't know, honestly, about Olivares. I'd say trust your gut. Don't necessarily. Thanks. He said thanks. You're welcome. It's probably sarcastic. But yeah. Somebody else, whoever was on that, Hunter Brown 7Ks plus 155. Bet 365. I don't give a damn, Hurt. I don't give a damn what the odds are on Bet 365. I don't care. Okay. Next game. Are we to the late games that are late enough that Nick can talk about that one play he's on, or no? No, that's the late game, huh? Giants Astros. Anything there? Diamondbacks Rangers. Me and Porty both like. Go ahead. Yeah.
I kind of like Zach Gallen, 6 strikeouts and a win. He's been absolutely filthy. Probably Cy Young, first or second right now for the NL. His stuff is disgusting. So 6 and a win is like even money. So I kind of like that in this game.
I was actually going to mention I don't hate the I don't know what the line is for for the D-backs money line tonight, but
It's like minus 150, minus 160 or something, I
and
think.
that's really so that tells you how good the Allen's been, right? Because you look at this team, these two teams, offense to offense, and it's not been close. And John Gray hasn't been bad. He hasn't been bad. Allen has just been that good that this Diamondbacks team is minus 154 against a Rangers offense that just dropped 12 on Nestor Cortez and the Yankees a couple days ago. So
He's got like a streak of 27 scoreless innings right now, so that's pretty good.
that's not bad. That is what you're looking for out of your starting pitcher, I guess, not allowing runs. The viewers in Bet 365 legal states, yeah. Shut up, NJC. Don't fire me.
Even if you want to go higher in his strikeouts too, his last 4 games has been 11, 7, 11, and 12. So
yeah, he's been
take a
good.
look at that, whatever you can get odds wise.
I don't know. I don't have his Ks per 9 in front of me, but it's been up there. And Portman and I were talking on Twitter this morning about I think we're talking about Lowe, right? Whichever Lowe was on that team. A couple other guys on this Rangers lineup that are really hitting the ball hard. That you would want to, especially on a Dinger Tuesday, look to target that offense. You just can't do it. I feel like against guys. Did you have taken anything there, Portman?
No, I couldn't get there because I mean,
Yeah.
there's so many like Garcia and Lowe are just. I mean, Heim. A lot of guys are crushing the ball, but yeah, he
Except
just
for when
said
I
what
bet on him.
27 straight innings. Can't do it.
Can't do it at.
I have
all.
to bet on Christian Walker. He's been.
That's
Have you
interesting.
seen how hard he's been hitting the ball
Yeah.
lately? Everything has been. He only has one home run in his last, I think, like 5 or 6, or maybe longer than that. But everything is like hard hit. The barrel rate's up there, launch angles there. And this is a guy who hit 36 home runs last year. He only has 4 to start the season. He's on a slow start, but we're getting good value on him every night because he's on that slow start. But everything is. I mean, mind you, he did just play in Coors Field, but I don't really care because the launch angle is there, which is important, especially when a guy has that much power. So if I see the hard hit thing on Twitter where he hits 350 and then Wooded Dong pops up and he doesn't hit because he's been having a lot of warning track power, I'm probably gonna flip out. But I have to take Christian Walker.
Yeah, I'm with you. I've been really close to taking him 2 or 3 times in the last week or so because of all that stuff you're saying. John Gray has allowed at least 1 home run in 3 of his 5 starts. And just another quick note on Gallen, how good he's been. I know we've talked a lot about him. He's only been removed from the game before the 7th inning, like in his first 1 or 2 starts. Like he's gotten at least to the 7th inning and gotten an out or 2 in the 7th inning. His last like 4 starts in a row too. So I think there are times where you can target maybe a good starting pitcher and a hot bat you really like because you're going to get better odds on him. Kind of hoping for a bullpen home run. It's tough to even do that here with Gallen because he's been going so deep into the games too. So home run parlay for tonight in the home run dinger. So Portman has given out a couple. I will throw them back up on the screen here for you if I can. I like both of these plays personally. Once I can unhide that and put it there. That's terrible. That looks awful on the screen, but you know what? We're multitasking. We're making it happen, so we're just going to go with it. We also we kind of built together Vladimir Guerrero Jr. for an RBI. This is the same game parlay. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. RBI, George Springer to score a run, and 2 total bases from Yoshida and Bo Bichette. That came up to like plus 900 something. So those are the parlays we've given out so far. All right, next game is what? Nothing else on that one, right? Giants Astros. Somebody asked about a while ago, and I missed it. It's just not coming back to me. Somebody asked Jordan or somebody else for a home run tonight. I really wanted to take Jordan Alvarez. I don't remember why I didn't. But I wouldn't hate a play on Jordan Alvarez to hit a home run tonight. Do you guys have anything on this game?
No.
I mean, that's who I would take but his odds aren't great. But I mean, if I had to take someone in that game, probably would go with him. But I don't like the Giants to really hit many. So for the promo against Brown,
That's true.
I don't know how many homers there's going to be in this game. But
That's
if you
a
want
good
to
point,
take
too.
somebody, Jordan's always a good bet.
Don't chase losses. Don't chase bets. I don't think that there's plenty of value on the board tonight. If you absolutely have to take a homer in this game, for me it would probably be Jordan because Desclafani is a guy you can target. Nick also likes Hunter Brown strikeouts. We talked a little bit about that. But all right, let's move on. Brewers Rockies. Anything here? If no, it's okay. It doesn't have to be.
I got one.
All right.
I got Feltner over 4.5. You can play the 5 for plus 130. Brewers, I mean, if they play their lefty lineup, it's not like you're avoiding strikeouts with like Yelich and Tellez in the lineup. Feltner's had 7, 3, 5, 6, and 6, and has faced some tougher teams like Cleveland and Washington as far as strikeouts. So I think he can get the 5 probably fairly easy in this game against the Brewers.
Don't hate that. Don't hate that. So I want to kind of get through these last 2-3 games and then kind of circle back to just some general Dinger Tuesday questions for you guys. Reds, Padres, anything there? There have been some really hot bats in that Padres lineup. It's kind of tough, I think, against Ashcraft, but anything in that one?
Yeah, these home run odds are pretty high. I mean, for
Yeah.
good reason.
Yeah. I don't love that. Somebody asked about who's going to take Urias deep tonight. I know it's not the best matchup. Urias has looked really good, kind of like Garrett Cole. He's got to be due for a bad outing at some point.
Have you watched him lately?
Yeah. What?
Have you
he's
watched
been
Julio
bad, right?
lately?
He's been bad, right?
I mean, he
He's
hasn't been able to go 3 innings lately.
I was maybe it's the home run. Okay. I'll shut up. Go ahead.
No, you're
talking
good.
to him?
I like Castellanos has got great odds. I think he's 600 on FanDuel, 630 on DraftKings. But yeah, Arias has allowed like 5 bombs this year. He's kind of getting hit.
Don't know what I was
And
talking about.
Nick's
Pirates
hitting the crap
are
out of the ball,
smoking.
so I think he goes deep.
Yeah. And somebody also asked about Castellanos. Yeah, that's not a bad play. Brandon Marsh jumped out to me a little bit, and I didn't play him. He might be he might be my play to replace Otani on my card. I don't know for sure yet, but he's been destroying the baseball. And it really hasn't mattered if it's been a righty, lefty. It doesn't matter. He's just been hitting the ball really hard. So that would be my look there. I don't know, maybe a super degen Brandon Marsh homer and Castellanos homer. No, please don't bet on Bryce Harper to hit a home run tonight. He probably will now that I'm saying that, but we talked a little bit earlier. He hasn't seen
Gary's
a live
putting
pitcher.
it in right now that you said that.
Yeah, Jerry is betting it.
I didn't want to, but now I have to.
Yeah, I don't know. He hasn't seen a live pitcher since before Tommy John surgery, guys. No spring training, no rehab assignments in the minor leagues, nothing.
Can I bring you up a scenario? All right, so there was this guy in the Mets, right? It always circles back to the Mets with me. This guy basically had a broken back. His name was David Wright. Not broken, all right, a spinal stenosis. He was out for a long time. First game, I believe it was versus the Phillies. I think it was the first pitch he saw. He launched a 420-something foot home run. There is something magical about when these guys come back, the baseball gods say, here's one. And then they might suck for a little while after that, but they usually get the first one. Just like kids making their debut, and all of a sudden, like Wander Franco, guy hit a home run in his first game, didn't hit a home run for like 2 months after that. It's something weird. There's something weird in the moment. I mean, it's the stupidest thing you could think of. Bryce Harper hasn't seen live pitching besides in practice in what, since last July? Did he get injured? And his odds are plus 420. His odds should be plus 1,000. You know, when you think about it.
Did he play in the playoffs at all? I don't remember. He played. He was in the playoffs for a bit,
but yeah. He's DHing only because he didn't want to further damage whatever the injury was. But I mean, plus 420 is like they know this guy's gonna go unless people are just hammering it blindly because the Philly fans will probably do that.
I think that's 100% happening. I think that's 100% happening. I don't know where the line opened this morning, but seeing that it's plus 400, man, if you want to take it and it hits and I look really dumb. I'll gladly be wrong. I cannot touch. I don't know. I wouldn't touch it for plus 800. I don't think, but I'm also an idiot. So, yeah, okay. Anything else on this one? Go ahead.
I'm going with Nick Castellanos because
It's not bad.
just like the same theme we spoke about it before. What we're seeing this early in the season, when guys are hot, they're hot. They're hitting home runs, they're hitting doubles, unlike I've ever seen before in baseball. Like these streaks are lasting like 4, 5, 6 days of like hammering the ball, and it's like I said last time, I don't like betting guys to go like back to back, or I like to say, oh, this guy's due, stupid things like that. You can't do that this year. You have to stick with the guys that are hot, and he is hot right now.
Like that. Catching up on chat real quick. Tony's in chat saying Nick is a closet Guardians fan. I don't know about that. Eli, should I go with Trout and just take the easy way out? Maybe as far as somebody to replace Otani. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I actually like Drury a little bit more than Trout personally, and I think Portman is also on Drury. Trey Turner revenge game. Apparently, the odds on Harper actually went up. They opened at plus 390 this morning, so I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell's going on. Okay, we got one more game. We talked about all of them. We missed any? Oh, yeah, we did. Mariners Athletics. Nick, I think the floor is yours on this one, right?
Yeah, it's the Miller time game. We have Mason Miller versus Bryce Miller. I took Mason Miller ladder. Odds have shifted some. I had his 6 strikeouts were minus 106 up to 10 strikeouts plus 1400. Seattle K's a ton. They're in the top 3 in strikeouts. This dude throws like 98 to 101. Rookie pitcher. This is, I think, his 3rd start. He hasn't been able to go deep yet because of pitch count issues. It takes a lot of guys full count. If he can stay in somewhat decent pitch count, I think he can really rack up strikeouts tonight against this Mariners lineup. And even on the other side, the other Miller for Seattle's making his debut. He's one of Seattle's top pitching prospect. His is 4.5.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah, he hasn't he's coming from Double A though, so it's kind of a big jump. But if you can do it in Double A, they usually don't mess around with you in Triple A too much pitching wise. They're not afraid to make that jump. So 4.5 minus 122 might look at that. It's kind of moving the right direction as far as odds. So I might wait a little bit on that one.
Yeah.
Bryce Miller, they kind of rushed this kid because of the injuries.
Yeah, they did.
He was getting slapped around in Double A a little bit.
Yeah, that's the thing that scared me a little bit. I mean, he has the stuff, but it is a huge jump.
But you know what's crazy? It's another thing. These kids, especially guys making their debut, going against a bad lineup, a lot of adrenaline going. They're gonna have their best stuff out there. Double A. I'm not saying these guys are like taking off, in Double A and not really giving a shit, but your major league debut, you're going to be putting maybe an extra mile an hour or two on your fastball. I've seen it so many situations where guys come up out of nowhere, from Double A and Triple A making spot starts, and they look fantastic. So, I mean, anything's possible. 4.5 is a pretty low line, so he could definitely get to like 6 for some solid plus money.
Right.
Yeah, not bad looks there either. Anyone know if Urias has been worse against righties or lefties? I was pulling that up as they were talking. Honestly, it hasn't really mattered. It's another situation where he's, lefties. It looks like contact-wise for average have been a little bit better, but the power numbers have been better for righties. Obviously, he throws the ball with his left hand, so he hasn't been good to the point where I was just talking my ass and I was saying somebody else, I guess, but. Anybody you want to pick there, I wouldn't be mad at you. Back to Philly Dodgers. Why is Brandon Marsh for a hit at minus 120? Probably the lefty matchup, right? Is that the game I'm thinking of? That's what I have to guess, but yeah,
I was going to say
he's
plus 1,000 to homer on DraftKings.
Brandon Marsh, I'm in, man. I'm in.
Yeah, I had to. And if you on DraftKings, if you parlay that with Nick Castellanos, plus 8,000.
That's actually kind of what I wanted to do next. I know Nick, obviously, I talk shit about him not playing home runs. It's fine. You don't have to play home runs. But I want to maybe get like his best, I don't know, plus 200-ish strikeout line. Doesn't have to be that high. And maybe us 3 pick our favorite home run guys and put them all in a parlay together. We'll put like $1,000 or something on it. Before we do that, though, real quick, somebody asked about the our favorite game. Actually, Portman, they asked you specifically. I'll answer first. Our favorite game for the promo for me, I think it's that Minnesota game with the wind blowing like that in Chicago, and a lot of guys on that Twins roster that have been hitting the shit out of the ball. So if I had to pick one game to bet home runs on for the sake of the promo, I would probably go Twins White Sox. What about you, Porty?
Yeah, I think that's the safe bet. Second favorite, if you don't want to go with that one, is that Angels game. But I do like the weather better, Minnesota. But
Yeah.
if you want a guy with, I mean, you could go with like a Miranda if you wanted someone with longer odds. You were saying earlier.
Yeah.
But I do love Drury's odds. Like he's got great odds. If you don't want to play like Buxton or Polanco at not the best odds, maybe pivot
that's
to the other game. But there should be home runs in both.
Yeah, I agree. A sneaky one could be that Blue Jays Red Sox game, just because, like I said, that more home runs have been hit in Fenway than any other stadium so far. Blue Jays have some hot bats. Red Sox have Rafael Devers at the very least. So that one could be sneaky. That one could be sneaky. But okay, so I know. I guess. Nick, you go first because maybe you'll have the easier one because you've got you're only one bet in strikeouts. What would be your favorite kind of plus money strikeout leg?
How high do you want it?
I think the odds are probably going to be up there pretty high with the home runs. So I think anything in the plus would be great.
Anything in the plus?
Yeah.
I'll go with BB then. To get 6 is plus 120.
That's probably who I would go with too.
If you take 6 is plus 124.
Yeah, that's a good look. Portman, since you are making your first appearance, I will let you be the first home run leg.
All right, my favorite one. We want to go chalky, or we want to go longer. What do we?
So the odds are going to be great for this parlay. So you can take Buxton at plus 100 if you want, or you can go however you want to do
it. Give me Cody Bellinger. He's going deep.
You mother. All right, that's not bad. So that's who I was going to go with. So Jerry, you got to go next.
That's why I took it.
I know.
I'm gonna be the one that is gonna get tomatoes thrown at me because I'm gonna go Javi Baez.
Oh man,
I'm gonna ruin this.
Oh my goodness! Imagine he's the only one out of these that actually hits. That'd be hilarious. And then we all have to, I don't know. I feel like we have to send Jerry money or something. We're already up to plus 5,500, so that's pretty solid.
I accept feed picks.
Yeah, is Javi Baez like plus 4,000?
Not on FanDuel.
Plus 470 on FanDuel right now. And I'll shop lines and I'll tweet out maybe the best version of this. But with the alt strikeouts, I think it might almost have to be on FanDuel. I gotta go with Buxton. I know that's chalky. I know that's kind of the cowardly way out. I really thought Portman was gonna take him, and I could be a little bit better and take Bellinger. But I'll be that guy. I will go ahead and I will take. Who did I say? Byron Buxton. I'm looking for the game. So we're at plus 5,500 before that. If we put, where's the batter props button? FanDuel's like jumping around like crazy on me. Put Byron Buxton in, who is plus 255 and not even the short shot to hit a home run. That would be Jake Berger, who has been hitting the ball pretty hard too. We are at plus 19,000. So, $1,000 bet, like I was saying I was going to put on it. Wins 193 grand, so that's not too bad. I might throw $5 on it to win $1,000 though, And just to run it back, that is Tanner Bibby for 6 strikeouts. He's pitching for the Guardians against the terrible New York Yankees. Cody Bellinger plays for the Cubs to hit a home run. Javi Baez for a home run somehow. Byron Buxton also to hit a home run. All those parlayed together on FanDuel is plus 19,000, so $5 to win $969. So, maybe that's...
You might want to round robin for some spare change.
Don't
put all this pressure on me, with Javi Baez.
You're sweating that Javi Baez.
I've kind of typically been in the camp of a round robin is for cowards until I miss like 2 or 3 home run parlays by one leg. So I might round robin that. But all right, we're a little bit over time. Any just kind of major NBA, like somebody asked about, I think somebody for a triple double earlier. I missed it. I'm sorry. But anything jumping out at you guys NBA wise before we get out of here?
Jimmy
I may never
Butler's
bet
out.
NBA again in my life.
Okay, that's fair. I'm with you, Portman.
I was saying Jimmy Butler's out, so
Oh, so not him. Somebody maybe.
I'm
Okay.
gonna dive in a little bit on that one.
I feel like this is gonna be a Jordan Poole masterclass. All right, I'll say it. I'm going on a rampage today. First Javi Baez, then Dom Smith, guys who don't do shit. Now I got Jordan Poole. I am just betting on guys who don't do shit to do shit today. I feel like Jordan Poole, this is a redemption game for him. He's gonna go crazy. He's gonna get his love back from his teammates. Just a gut.
All right. I'm not going to tell you on that
I
because
do like,
basketball's hard. Go ahead, Portman.
I do like Austin Reeves assists. Good value there. It's like plus 220 or something for 6. It was plus 800 for 8. He had 13 potential last 3 games. He's basically become the second playmaker on the team. So good value there.
His 4 assists is like my favorite thing to do
Yeah,
for a bankroll
it's almost
builder.
a system play for Jerry.
It's like 4 assists and then just add a hit or something like that, and that's it. That's all you got to do because his 4 assists is usually minus 175. You just got to add something small, like 1 hit for somebody chalk, and you got plus money.
Javi Baez. No, okay. All right, we're a little over here. It's my wife's birthday, so I'm already kind of in a little bit of trouble. But any closing thoughts here before we get out of here? Go win some money on some home runs, and also
Congrats
strikeouts.
on having a wife.
Thanks, dude. I don't know if she feels the same a lot of times, but all right, nothing else. All right, well, great. Follow us on Twitter. Download Picket Sports, GoldBoys.com to sign up to get all of Nick and Portman's plays. And yeah, I think that's it. Let's win some money. Appreciate you watching. Appreciate all the chat interaction today. And we'll see you tomorrow, 1 o'clock and 5 o'clock. We're back. See you guys.